you'll realize, oh wow, even though I have all this space, I could only build another 500 square feet.
Say that, okay, I can flip that property for twice the price, at least $1 million. Given the fact that property prices, it has got appreciation, it's constantly earning $48,000 a year. So for that, maybe cap rate is not justified for $1 million from tech. What do you think about it?
So I'm buying right now, just to answer your question. A guy bought a property for $540 and flipped it to me for $850, and he wasn't even closed when I signed the contract on the property from him. He didn't even close on the deal. I knew he was flipping it to me, and I took it because at $850, I'm planning to put in like $400,000, making it gorgeous 5 units, and it's across the street from a $1.5 million house. This 5 unit that I'm remodeling, it's gonna be worth $2 million. So I'm gonna make $750,000 of profit. It doesn't matter that he's making 300 grand in 2 months, a month. That's not my problem. So the answer to your question is, if I don't care and someone's gonna make 300 grand, 200 grand in 2-3 months, no, because that guy did the work and got the deal and made it happen. Same thing like you, if you're doing that and you're giving someone a good product where they can make money off of, as long as there's meat, what I say, meat on the bone to an investor means, if there's meat on the bone means there's money to be made, there's profit. If you're selling it to them and there's profit to be made, then yes, it's worth it. But if there's not profit, there's not cap rate, there's not upside potential, then it makes it difficult. So I'll give you an example, your property, right? You said it's an acre and it's 7 units. So in Tampa, you have areas that are allowed to have 8 units per acre, 12 units per acre, 15 units per acre. So then you have to figure out what is the number of units I'm allowed to have per acre. The next thing you look at when you're building and construction and development, because we also do development, like you guys might not know, but we do everything. We do everything. So like we have, huh?
You do all. I know you have a full crew.
We have a full crew. We have construction, accounting firm, insurance agency, mortgage company, property management. Like we do it all. And it doesn't matter what type of real estate. We don't just stick to residential. Now I'm sticking to residential now because there's money, but we buy commercial. We are doing warehouses. We're gonna be doing a 13-acre warehouse development. So we have a lot of things that we're doing. We have the crypto investment, we have the green energy investment, so we do a lot of different things. But anyway, back to this point. When you're doing development, you gotta be very specific. Let's just say you're thinking, all right, I'm gonna build 3 more units, and the 3 more units are gonna be worth a lot of money. So even though you have the land, the city will allow 10 units, and you have only 7 built, so you can build 3 more. In this example, it doesn't mean your land could actually justify 3 more units, even though it's 1 acre. The reason is, there's things that's called setbacks. You have to be this many feet away from another building. You have to be this many feet away from the one edge, from a different edge. You have to have X number of parking spots. So when you look at setbacks and how everything gets kind of pushed away, even though you think, oh, look, this is a lot of space here, when you look how far it is away from your property line, one way, another way, how far away is from this building, how far away it's from that building, you'll realize, oh, wow, even though I have all this space, I could only build another 500 square feet. And it's not worth me building a 500 square feet 1-bedroom building because that's gonna cost me $100,000, and it's not enough, it's not worth paying $100,000 for a 500 square foot 1-bedroom building. So it might come to the conclusion of, all right, well, for me to get 10 units and maximize this and make this a 10-unit townhouse development, you might have to bulldoze all of the buildings to do that. So now, if you're gonna be doing that, you need to sell the property at land cost. What is the land value that someone could pay for just the dirt to build 10 units and then pay the hardscaping, engineering, take the year to 2 years to get that permitted, and then to build it. During that time period, it's gonna take a while to get it approved. So then there's a different price for that. So for example, the 18 unit that I'm buying, that property has been approved for 40 townhouses. So even though it's approved for 40 townhouses, and I'm getting it for 1.4 million, it's still not cheap enough. I still have to get it closer to around $1 million to justify doing it today. And that's where we're in the process of negotiating. And I'm not just saying that because I'm trying to get a better deal and more profit. I'm showing the developer, look, our minimum return on investment, and I don't hide anything. We need to make at least this much money for my investors, my partners that are giving me their money. They need to make a profit. I want to do this deal. We need to make at least this much profit, and it's a fair profit. It's market standard profit that anybody would want to make. Any developer is going to have the same numbers that I'm looking at. Now, if you look at what it's going to cost to bulldoze your building, to put in the hardscaping, to build out the roads, to build out all the infrastructure on this 4 acres, it's going to cost me $400,000 to $600,000. So now I'm in $2 million for the land for 40 units. That's $50,000 a door, just for the land cost and the hardscaping cost. So that's a lot of money. So then my build out was what? Gonna be $180,000. So now I'm $230,000 a door, brand new townhouse, which is great. But this part of Tampa, the value of this property is probably only worth $275, max $299. Well, at $299, if I was gonna be a developer and just selling every townhouse to the next buyer, 7% in closing fees, I'm now down to say a 280 number on a 299 sale. My margins are way too thin to guarantee a profit to my investor. So I actually need to buy at the $1 million price to make sure I have some room, because I don't know what's gonna be wrong with your dirt. I could have to invest more money in your dirt to make it better, more stable. I could have to invest more money in interest because it could take 3 years because of COVID and all the issues. So there's a lot of factors right now that people are being more conservative. Next thing, the government could change interest rates. If the government increases interest rates in 2 years like they say they're going to, well, that means this property isn't going to be worth as much in 3 years, because as interest rates go up, property values go down. Now, to a homeowner, that doesn't matter because they're gonna keep the home for 5 to 10 years. The monthly payment is gonna be the same. If you're keeping it for 30 years, it doesn't matter. Your monthly payment stays the same. So it doesn't matter if interest rates go up. But if you're gonna resell the property or you're gonna refinance it once it's finished in the development phase, people are accounting for that today. Because they're gonna say, by the time I'm done developing this in 3 years when I refinance, I'm not gonna be able to sell it for as much money. Because as interest rates go up, prices come down. That's the basics of real estate investing. So it is possible, but I can't give you that answer without running all of the data, doing a full market analysis, which takes like at least 10 hours to give an accurate answer. But all of that general information I gave you applies to not just your property, but any property on the planet. Because this is the same information anybody on the planet is gonna look at when they're looking at a piece of land.